All right, let's get right into it. What we're witnessing right now isn't just another tech trend, another app or another framework. No, this is a massive fundamental revolution, the rise of AI agents. And really, the only question that matters is what's your role going to be in this great shift? To really wrap your head around the scale of what's happening, get this. Gartner is predicting that by 2026, there will be over 25 billion, that's billion with a B, AI agents out there doing things in the world. This isn't some far-off sci-fi future. This is happening on our watch, like right now. So what even is an AI agent? Well, you need to forget the simple chatbots you've played with. We're talking about something totally different. An AI agent is an autonomous service that can actually think for itself. It can reason through a problem, it can create a plan, and, this is the most important part, it can execute on that plan. It does this by connecting to all kinds of different systems and data sources all on its own. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down your part in this new world. We'll look at what it means to build with these agents, then how we secure them, who's going to lead the charge, and finally, what the new rules of work look like for all of us. First up, let's talk about the builders, the developers, the data folks. For you, the game is changing. It's no longer about just hammering out lines of code. It's about becoming an orchestrator of intelligence. The difference here is just staggering. I mean, think about the old way of getting a simple business insight. You had to do a manual data pull, write some super complex SQL query, build a chart. It could take days. The new way? You just ask, in plain English, show me my top customers for Q2. And boom, the agent gets you the answer in seconds. Okay, but how is that even possible? It sounds a little bit like magic, right? But it's not. The secret is in a really powerful new architecture that's quickly becoming the gold standard for building these agentic systems. It's a process called RAG, which stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Let's break that down real quick. First, the system just sucks in all your data, PDFs, spreadsheets, Slack messages, you name it. Then it creates something called vector embeddings. It's basically turning all that information into a special mathematical format that AI can easily search. So when you ask a question, it instantly retrieves only the most relevant little pieces of context. And finally, it feeds just that context to a large language model, which then gives you that smart, spot-on answer. So what's the tech stack look like for building this stuff? Well, it's all about speed and scale. For that vector storage, you need something incredibly fast, like upstash-kv, so lookups are instant. You need a standard way for agents like ChatGPT to talk to your systems, and that's where the MCP protocol comes in. The app itself, probably built with an industry standard like Next.js, and then you deploy it all on a serverless platform like Vercel, so you don't have to worry about managing servers. Okay, so we've built this amazing agent, but now we have a new problem. We have to protect it. And that brings us to our next big topic, security. Because you have to start thinking of every single agent you create as a brand new, intelligent front door into your entire organization. And that leads to a pretty scary question, right? When you have literally billions of these things running around, making their own decisions, accessing data, where are the new weak spots? Where are the new vulnerabilities we need to worry about? The reality is, the attack surface has just exploded. It's not about your website anymore. Now you've got to defend the agent's API, the vector databases holding its knowledge, every single third-party app it connects to, even the language model itself can be manipulated. A simple prompt from a user, if it's crafted in a malicious way, can become a whole new kind of attack. So how on earth do you defend against all this? Well, the core idea is actually pretty simple. You don't wait for an attack to get inside your house. As the old security mantra goes, attacks are stopped at the perimeter, at the very edge of your network, before they get anywhere close to your important stuff. This whole strategy is called shift-left security. And all it really means is building security in from the very beginning, not bolting it on at the end. Use tools like web application firewalls and edge rules to act like a bouncer, filtering out all the bad traffic before it even gets a chance to knock on your application's door. The toolkit for the modern protector is all about layers of defense. You start with something like Clerk to handle who your users are. Then at the perimeter, you put up a wall like the ArcJet WAF to block all the common known attacks.
You secure every session with standards like JWT and OAuth. And then you put on your hacker hat and use tools from Kali Linux to try and break your own stuff. It's a full 360-degree strategy. So we've covered building and securing. But who decides what to build in the first place? Who spots the opportunities and guides the strategy? This brings us to our third key role, the leader. And what we're seeing is the traditional business analyst stepping up to become the AI champion of their organization.
Yeah, the job of a business analyst, or a BA, is going through a huge transformation. The traditional BA, they were focused on websites, on dashboards, on manual processes. The new AI-ready BA, their job is to find the best use cases for agents, to prototype what it's like to talk to them, and to measure how well they're actually performing. It's a whole new ballgame.
And this new role comes with a new workflow. It's a strategic cycle. Step 1, you map out where agents could have the biggest impact. 2, you use low-code tools to quickly build mockups and get feedback. 3, you work with the dev team to get these new agent stories into their workflow. And 4, you track the data, measure the performance, and figure out what to improve next. Now, maybe you're a BA listening to this, and there's a thought in the back of your head, this all sounds great, but I'm not a coder. Isn't this going to be way too technical for me? And that is a totally fair question. The answer is a huge, resounding no. Your job isn't to write Python. Your incredible value is in the vision and the validation. You focus on the what and the why. You can let AI coding assistants like GitHub Copilot handle all the routine syntax for the developers. Your job is the strategy. Okay, let's zoom out and bring this all together. We've seen how the builders, the protectors, and the leaders are all adapting. And this points to something much bigger, the new rules of work, and how your job, no matter which of those buckets you fall into, is about to fundamentally change. So, in this new world, where does your real value come from? Well, look, the focus is shifting fast. It's moving away from all the manual, repetitive coding tasks. The real, lasting value and where you should be focusing your energy is in high-level system design and that critical security oversight. To put it another way, think about the shift like this. In the past, your focus was on doing the tedious work, writing little code snippets, building one more report, manually configuring a server. Now, your focus is on designing the systems, enforcing the rules, and strategically orchestrating the agents that do all that work for you. This isn't a small change. It's happening incredibly fast. Some experts are predicting that soon 90% of routine code will be AI-generated. Think about that. That means your unique human value isn't in writing that code. It's in being the conductor, the one who orchestrates the entire system. That is the new high-value skill. So we'll leave you with this one last thought. The great shift to this agentic era, it's not on the horizon. It's not coming soon. It is already here. The only question left is how are you going to adapt?